What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Minnesota Vikings franchise, and it's an exciting time right now in Season 6. The 8-5 Vikings this week take on the 8-5 Green Bay Packers, a team the Vikings beat at home earlier in the season, and it should be interesting to see who comes out on top in this showdown at Lambeau Field. 22 degrees, a December matchup in the frozen tundra of Green Bay, Wisconsin. This one should be exciting. The Vikings and Packers have had some thrillers in the past, and this time, both teams have the same record in the thick of the NFC North race and trying to gain berths in the NFC playoffs with only 3 games left to go in the season. The Vikings will close out this year against the Packers, Bears, and Lions in order, all 3 division rivals, and today we'll see if the Vikings can weather the Green Bay Packers on the road and get their 9th win on the season. First quarter action awaits us. Christian Ponder out of the shotgun, coming out with 4 wide on the first play. Cassius and Larry to the left, and Harrison and Logan on the right. Ponder takes a shotgun snap and looks downfield. He evades the rush, steps up in the pocket, and takes off. He's got a first down, and Ponder has a gain of 12 on the game's first play. Now out of the I formation, handoff Adrian up the middle. Room to run, a first down and more, gashing the Packers for a gain of 19 yards on Adrian's first handoff of the game. 2nd and 10 from the Green Bay 35-yard line. The Vikings in field goal range, and Ponder dumps it outside to Kyle Rudolph. He's got a short gain of about 7-8 yards, and it sets up 3rd down and 3 for Ponder. Out of the empty backfield, shotgun over the middle. It's hauled in by Cassius Stevens for 7 yards, and that moves the chains. We'll jump ahead to 3rd down and 4. Under 3.5 to go in the first quarter of play. Ponder takes the snap, looking over the middle. A man slips, and now he throws it last second, and it's dropped by Dexter McCluster. Looked like he had Kyle Rudolph for a second earlier, but he missed him. And Sebastian Janikowski kicks off now after a field goal. It's 3-0 Minnesota, and the kickoff is returned by Sanders Cummings. He'll go upfield and fumbles the football. It's recovered by Minnesota. Kent Walters on the recovery at the 17-yard line. The Vikings are right back in the red zone, ready to tack on some more points if they can. Ponder out of the shotgun. Cassius in motion to the backfield. He fakes the handoff to Cassius Stevens. Now goes to the end zone. Ponder, touchdown to Kyle Rudolph. And the Vikings are off to an impressive 10-0 lead to begin the game today. And before Aaron Rodgers comes out now, he faces a 10-point deficit on 2nd down and 7. He'll take the snap. Great protection in the pocket. Clean. And Greg Jennings drops the pass on the outside. Obviously in the elements, it's a lot harder to play in the passing game, which the Packers, that is their offense. 3rd down and 7. Now Rodgers, another clean pocket, and pretty much the same thing, except for now Randall Cobb's in the spot that Greg Jennings was in, and he makes the catch this time for 15 yards and a first down. Now throwing 41, I form for Aaron Rodgers. He'll throw again, and once again, great protection, extra blockers in this time, and this time Greg Jennings makes the tough catch. He missed the easy one. And Jamel Fleming is holding his arm, and he is in pain on the ground. We'll have an update on him in a little while. Now Rodgers out of the pistol formation, hands off to James White. Off tackle, first down and more, and James White is down to the Minnesota 25-yard line, a gain of 18 yards. 3rd and 10, Rodgers, here comes the pressure. He wants the screen, and instead he'll get the sack. Chad Greenway forces him down, and that knocks back the Packers a ways, but still within field goal range as we begin the 2nd quarter. Kick is up, and this kick will not make it. No good. That was a very weak kick by Russell, but luckily for the Green Bay Packers, the Vikings would go 3-0, and the Packers have it now on 3rd down and 6. 6:08 to go in the 2nd quarter as Rodgers lines up out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap and look to run and take off. He's got some room to run. He has the first down and more, and he's tackled from behind by Eric Norwood after a gain of 9 yards. Now they face another 3rd down and 7. Rodgers has to get to about midfield, and he'll go to the outside, and wide open is Wheeler. He's open downfield, and he runs down the sideline for 33 yards, and the Packers have a new set of downs in field goal range if their kicker can kick a field goal from this distance. 1st and 10 for Rodgers. Now we'll go to the end zone, nearly intercepted. Almost a great play on the ball by Ha'an Clinton Dix, and that'll force a 3rd down and 5 from the 21-yard line. Rodgers, shotgun, a screen set up, will go the other way now to Robert Woods, and he has the first down on the opposite side of the field. Good play by Rodgers to avoid the screen pass and find the open receiver. 2nd and goal, handoff, James White, and he's stopped short at the 4-yard line rather. And now likely on 3rd and goal, the Packers will be forced to throw the football. Rodgers takes the snap out of the gun. Great coverage downfield. He'll lob it up, and it's knocked away by Keyston Terry at the back of the end zone, intended for Wheeler. And the Vikings take over after a field goal. 10-3 Minnesota, and Ponder can't escape the rush and immediately got penetration, and the Packers take him down for a loss of 3. Vikings need 13 yards for a first down to get to the 33-yard line, even though you can't see the numbers on the field. You can't tell where anything is. Ponder goes deep over the middle, but not deep enough. He almost throws a gift interception. Luckily, it's dropped, and the Packers will have a longer field to deal with now after a Chris Kluwe punt. Rodgers to the outside, and wow, Randall Cobb. He somehow stayed in bounds, they're saying. Vikings can't challenge it. It's within 2 minutes, and that looks very close. His foot is almost on the... well, I can't even call it a white line. It's just snow there. So, and they're going to mark him in bounds. So, 2nd and 6. And now Rodgers going long over the middle. And Wheeler, what a throw by Rodgers. And Wheeler caps it off for a touchdown. 10-all here in Lambeau. Got in front of DJ Green and in between 2 defenders, and it's a touchdown tie game now as Adrian Peterson gets loose, and he's got about 18 yards, call it 17 towards midfield, and the Vikings are operating with less than 40 seconds to go before the half. Ponder evades the rush, and he steps up in the pocket. He's got a first down, and great maneuvering by Christian Ponder. They're on the edge of field goal range now and line up on 1st and 10 with 4 wide out of the shotgun. Ponder, and here comes a pair of defenders. The ball is on the ground, and Adrian picks it up. And it's a dead ball where he picked it up, so 16 seconds to go. 2nd down and 20 for Christian Ponder. His receiver slips, but he waits for him to gain his balance again, and he will get the 11 yards. Not a first down, but Cassius Stevens gets him in field goal range, and 54 yards with the win. Sebastian Janikowski, Michael Vick on the hold, and it is good. The Vikings take the lead at halftime, 13-10, and they'll go into the break now and regroup in the locker rooms as they hope to find a way to protect Christian Ponder in the second half and get this W. Out now for the 3rd quarter. Vikings on offense, and we do have an update on Jamel Fleming. He has a wrist injury and will not return to action today. Ponder swings out in the backfield to Musel, and he has about 3 yards. It'll force a 3rd down and 7, and Ponder comes out of the gun. 3 receivers right, and he will take the snap. Over the middle, he's got Cassius Stevens, and Clay Matthews gives him the hammer, and Cassius comes up hurt again, and I think this is a favorable spot in my opinion. The Vikings get a first down, and they'll continue this drive at the 47-yard line. Ponder to throw again. Over the middle, he's got Larry Fitzgerald in Packers territory for a first down to the 34-yard line. Now I form. Handoff Peterson. Trying to find a running lane, and he gets about 9 yards on his 8th carry of the game. Vikings like to keep him fresh and work him a lot more in the second half now at the later stages of his career. And on 2nd and 1, Clay Matthews gets in the backfield and sacks Christian Ponder. That'll force 3rd and 9. 4 receivers out for Ponder as he takes the snap. Over the middle, he's got Mark Harrison and a first down across the 25-yard line. The first catch on the day for Mark Harrison. And they'll go to 2nd and 8. Ponder takes a snap from under center and throws to Larry Fitzgerald, who reaches behind him, makes a fantastic catch about half a yard shy of the first down marker. And then Adrian Peterson, he'll get the first down and plenty more, 7 yards ahead to the 5. And now the Vikings, 3rd down and goal from the 8. Have to punch this one in to make it a 2-score game. Ponder takes the snap. End zone. How does Rudolph make this grab? He slipped and immediately got back up. And it's a touchdown. Great play by Rudolph. Ponder threw it, and mid-throw, Rudolph slips, but then looks at the football, gets back up, and it's a touchdown. The Vikings extend their lead 20-10, and that was a long, time-consuming drive for the Vikings. And then they force the Packers to go 3-and-out, so they'll go at it again. And this time, Ponder lays it in for Jake Stoneburner, a great touch pass for 19 yards, and the Vikings looking to start driving again this Packers defense. Hand off to Adrian, no room to run this time. He gets maybe a yard as B.J. Raji tackles him at the 49-yard line. 4th quarter action now. Vikings with a 2-score lead, trying to make it 3 if they can. Ponder over the middle, and this pass is knocked down. Could have been picked off, actually. Not a great decision by Christian Ponder. The ball will go back to the Green Bay Packers now as Rodgers handles a low snap. And he'll look downfield, a 3-man rush. Pressure getting to him. He's got Randall Cobb getting separation, and he gets about a 16-yard gain. And it is extremely important the Packers get some points on this drive, especially with the way the Vikings offense has improved this week. And now Rodgers on 2nd and 15. The ball is out, and it's recovered by Eric Norwood. He's not going to fall on it. He will scoop, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. They now have a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter, and you can see the purple and Lambeau Field light up now, 27-10, and Rodgers has to get something going quickly. Vikings will play great pass defense in this one, opting to only send a few rushers Rodgers' way, not very many blitzes, as Cobb will take this catch, but the Vikings are okay. They're going to bend, but they will not break. They'll give you anything you want underneath right now. 2nd down and 8 for Rodgers. He'll take off to run. He has the speed. He's got a first down and more across midfield. A big gain for Aaron Rodgers. About 30 yards on this run as they pull now to within the 35-yard line, but a field goal really doesn't do you a whole lot of good right now. Hand off to James White, and the Vikings are still not fooled. They'll go to 3rd down and 11 now. 4 receivers out for Rodgers. He takes the snap out of the shotgun. He'll go long to the end zone. Double coverage and no shot, Aaron. It's incomplete. And they'll send out the field goal unit to make it a 2-score game. They need this field goal. It's up, and it is no good. Just barely. Russell misses his 2nd field goal on the day. Vikings take over, and they will happily give the ball to Adrian Peterson and run the clock as much as they can. What a fumble, and Sanders Cummings has it. He's in a pile of players and breaks free now. Going to the end zone, a flag is down, and this will likely call back the fumble return, as indeed, the referee is going to call a clipping penalty on the Packers on this return, so they'll keep possession, but they'll have the ball at about midfield right now for 2nd down and 13. Rodgers sending everybody long, and he'll float it up to the end zone. Once again, 2-on-1 advantage Minnesota, and they win that battle again. They're on their way to winning this war at Lambeau Field. 6.5 minutes to go. Rodgers short to Jefferson, and he's got about 6 yards in this gain, but 4th and 7 coming up. Packers need this first down, or even better, a touchdown. Rodgers to throw. He'll stand in the pocket cleanly, and now look to go downfield. He has a man double covered. It's nearly picked off, and the Vikings are just giving Rodgers an absolute fit right now. They have at least 2 defenders on every deep ball threat, and their defense is just playing phenomenal right now. Only 3:38 to go. This game is pretty much in hand for Minnesota as Ponder takes a snap on 3rd and 10. Outside to Cassius Stevens. He can't make the catch, and the Vikings will end up going for a 51-yard field goal to make it 30-10. And Sebastian Janikowski indeed makes it a 20-point game. Russell could learn something here from the great Sebastian Janikowski. And with less than a minute to go, the Vikings can pretty much hang back. The 2nd-team defense is now in the game. Rodgers throws it long, and Robert Woods makes a great catch on the sideline, but it's likely going to be too little and far too late as there's only 40 seconds to go. Rodgers, though, back in the pocket on 2nd down and 5. Looks to the end zone, fires it to the goal line, and Winslow makes the catch, and he'll be stopped just shy of the goal line. 1st and goal approaching. How about 4th and goal? Rodgers going to get them to within 2 scores. Rodgers takes a snap, end zone, touchdown to Wheeler, and it's 30-17, but there's only 15 seconds left. Lewis Nix will still argue the call because he's a competitor, but the Vikings will come out now. 2nd-team offense in, and Russell Wilson hands off to Monty Ball. They were college teammates at Wisconsin, and that's the way they end it. Vikings put 2 Wisconsin Badgers on the field, and they tell the Packers, enjoy your loss. The Vikings moved to 9-5 on the season, and they have a 3-game winning streak now, and they've rebounded after a 5-game losing streak very nicely. And the head coach, Derek Mason, can definitely celebrate and sleep happily after a dominant win for the Vikings. Hats go off to the Vikings defense for their performance today. Rodgers did have 319 passing yards, but he didn't even have a 50% completion percentage. And for the Vikings, this definitely gives them a good edge in the playoff race now. As we'll take a look at the standings in just a minute, you can see the Packers did do a great job of getting after Christian Ponder, but the Vikings, with this win, have retaken their lead over the Detroit Lions in the NFC North. They own a tiebreaker, and they play the Bears next week. They're 3-11. Vikings need to get another win, and if they can do so next week, they have a great shot at going to the playoffs. Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like, and I'll see you guys next episode.